Botswana is a landlocked country bordering South Africa, Namibia, Zimbabwe, and partially Zambia. The country has an area of 581,730 square kilometers, with a larger part in the Kalahari Desert. Out of the country's total population of 2.3 million inhabitants, 209,000 live in the capital city, Gaborone. The capital city has a beautiful road network connecting it to the rest of the 9 cities of the country. The magnificent buildings and other infrastructures in Gaborone explain a lot about the country's economy. SADC headquarters is also based in the heart of Gaborone, stretching its marks in the city square. One of the suburbs of Gaborone is Pakalane, situated some few kilometers from the city center. It is at the Pakalane Convention Center where the extraordinary organ Troika Summit plus Force Intervention Brigade troop contributing countries, the Democratic Republic of Congo and the Republic of Mozambique, took place, hosted by the current chairperson of the organ, Botswana President Dr. Mokwetsi Eric Masisi. The SADC Extraordinary Troika Summit organ on politics, defense and security cooperation was aimed at discussing challenges facing Mozambique and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Prior to the meeting on 26 November 2020, senior officials from the region met before another meeting of SADC Extraordinary Ministerial Committee of Organ on Politics, Defense and Security Cooperation. Speaking during the opening of the meeting, SADC Executive Secretary Dr. Stagomena Lawrence Tax called on SADC defense ministers and leaders to consider instituting anti-terror center within SADC to curb terrorism and insurgents in the region.
Honorable Ministers, in line with the decision of SADC Summit Heads of State and Government of 17 August 2020, a face-to-face meeting of the Extraordinary State Security Subcommittee was held in October 2020 to assess the terrorism threat in the region. The meeting noted a worrisome situation where terrorism activities in the region have increased exponentially in the recent past, resulting in a direct attack on civilians and on defense and security forces. The modus operandi of the insurgents and terrorists have also evolved, and the situation is becoming more sophisticated. If this situation is not urgently and comprehensively addressed, the SADC region may become a harbor of terrorist groups and their launch pad for the attack into other regions or from one country to the other within the region. I'm confident that your meeting today will come up with concrete and urgent measures to address this unprecedented threat to our region.
Malawi's Deputy Minister of Defense, Jeannie Sendeza, led the Malawi delegation in the meeting, and she explains some of the resolutions they made.
SADC is a family of member states, and when one suffers these attacks from different terrorism groups, there's need to help each other so that the citizens are protected, and that we should show solidarity in all issues that affect our countries. So the meeting that we had this afternoon was to prepare for the meeting that the heads of states will be meeting tomorrow. So we had some recommendations on the issue of, the threats that are there because of the terrorism, and again to establish a center where we can, as a SADC, we can be, using it to tackle issues in regards to terrorism. And again, that there's the issue of downsizing of the troops that go to DRC. So in the past, we used to send about 850 soldiers, but this time around, we'll be going to send about 700 soldiers. This is the recommendation that has been reached because of other UN recommendations to downsize the number of the soldiers. So basically, it was, to strengthen, the issues to do with security in the SADC region.
SADC Troika Summit is attended by the organ chairperson, the immediate past chairman, and the incoming chairperson respectively. Being an incoming SADC chairperson and Malawi being among the countries which send troops to help in the peacekeeping mission in the Democratic Republic of Congo under the United Nations Peacekeeping Mission, President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera had to attend the SADC Troika Extraordinary Summit in Gaborone. Lake Sikwese, Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, outlines the significance of the summit, which is to bring together 5 heads of state and governments, including the Malawi leader.
This is a very important summit, and its importance should be also seen in the context that even as there is a worry about COVID, it had to take place. There are 2 major issues that the summit wants to consider. One is about the reconfiguration of the Force Intervention Brigade in the DRC, following the engagement with the United Nations, that there be some reconfiguration to enhance the capability and management of the peace interventions in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The secondary is coming at a time when the region is beginning to experience pockets of terrorism, which are bound to, if not quickly reacted to, about to disturb the peace and security in the region, which is very important for the socio-economic development and integration of the SADC region's economic development efforts. Key, specifically among these, is the situation in the Republic of Mozambique, in the Cabo Delgado region. So I think the summit will reflect on those and look at the best possible way to deal with the matter in the region.
On 27th November 2020, Friday, at about 20 minutes to 11 in the morning, the plane carrying President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera touched down at SADC Ian Khama International Airport in Gaborone. Malawi's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Esen Hoankaka, Botswana Minister for Presidential Affairs, and other top government officials were at the airport to welcome the Malawi leader. President Dr. Lazarus Chakwera went straight to Pakalani Convention Center for the summit, where he joined South African President Matamela Cyril Ramaphosa, who is the incoming chairperson of the organ, President Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa of Zimbabwe, and also outgoing chairperson, President Felix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo of Democratic Republic of Congo, and chairperson of SADC Troika organ on politics, defense and security cooperation, Dr. Mokwetsi Eric Masisi, who is also president of Botswana. He was also joined by Tanzania's Vice President Samia Suluhu Hassan. Mozambique's Minister of Defense Jaime Bessa Augusto Neto represented his country at the summit. SADC Executive Secretary Dr. Stagomena Rodenstaks stressed the need to act with speed and find a lasting solution to the growing terrorism activities in the region. Opening the summit, President Dr. Masisi said SADC members cannot sit down and watch other member states such as Mozambique and the Democratic Republic of Congo being terrorized and innocent people being killed, and said there is need to continue working together to ensure peace and stability as well as economic growth of the region. At the end, in a communique, the summit directed the finalization of a comprehensive regional response and support to the Republic of Mozambique to be considered urgently by the summit. His Excellency the President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, speaking at the airport before departure for Malawi at the end of the summit, said the meeting was important in addressing issues affecting the region, especially Mozambique and the Democratic Republic of Congo.
This was an extremely important meeting, extraordinary because of two things. The threats that this region is facing, the continued one in DRC, as well as the emerging one in Mozambique. And the idea was to have an integrated approach to meeting these threats as a region, so that we're able to collaborate, we're able to be together in meeting threats. When one is in danger, all of us are in danger. And therefore we need to work together to find solutions. Well, we will continue to supply troops to DRC. Malawi is one of those three countries that have, over the past few years, supplied peacekeeping troops. The numbers will be reduced somewhat, working together with the United Nations. And we will continue to play that role. We had to extensively hear from Mozambique with regard to the problem that they are facing. And by the end of this year, they will have a detailed report as to how we will proceed in making sure that as a region, we together face that challenge.